Yeah, absolutely. The perception on how to play fighting games is very challenging because fighting games is, yeah, exactly. You can view it like a button masher. Oh, I'm just gonna mash buttons. But also like exploring the world of not playing fighting games to mash buttons is very, very intriguing because it helps you actually playing how to not button mash, and well, really teaches you why button mashing is effective in the first place. And actually, in fighting games, and I think it really in a lot of like competitive games, it's much more easier to just do things rather than to understand why it works, right? Like there are certain cases, like especially in the games I was playing. Oh, I probably should shut this down a little bit, turn this down a little bit so my voice is a little bit more audible. Um, it's very easy to, just like in the games that I was playing, to just button mash and just do it because in the game of in fighting games, speed is important, right? So there's actual detriment to actually thinking about what you're doing sometimes, but you will need to do it in order to actually know what your opponent is doing beforehand. But if you do it too much, the opponent's just gonna press buttons and they're just gonna beat you because you didn't take your intuition and decision to do something, right? And so, especially with fighting games, building an intuition and making it malleable in your head is very important to actually playing well. And people don't want to do that, so they button mash. And the person that just literally has the fastest buttons in the game based off their character will often win, right? And most people don't realize this in the game. They'll only realize it after they're finished or before they're playing their game. So there's a lot of prep work that a person needs to do beforehand to really understand the nuances of like, oh, like I'm just pressing buttons and it works, so I'm just gonna keep on doing it. Or better yet, oh, my opponent's gonna button mash. How am I going to actually counteract their button mashing by doing these specific moves in order to discourage them from button mashing? And often what people will realize is when they do that and they take the extra step to deal with button mashing is that there will be people that won't learn and they won't register in their brain because they haven't been punished hard enough when to not button mash, you know? So there's a lot of once you get beyond that point, like there's an exponential jump in how much effort you need to do, what effort you need to do to really outplay someone, right?